Rabbi Nachman teaches that when a person is in a very, despairing situation, in despair and also in danger, or whatever you want to call it, a panicky, traumatic situation, the main thing in danger is the person's connection to his truth. In other words, the reason why the person is in danger and panic and in a very bad situation is because his perspective of the truth has been blemished. Because if the person was really connected to the truth and would see clearly that Hashem will never abandon him, if he has that perfect faith, that strong faith that Hashem is there, like King David says in Psalms, Lo ira ra, ki ata imadi, I won't fear evil because Hashem, you're with me, right? And also, for example, Enod milvado, there's no one except for Hashem. If a person was clear-headed, strongly footed in his belief that Hashem is there for him and won't let him go, so there's nothing to be afraid about, nothing to be panicky. Even if a person has to be punished, let's say, if a person recognizes that it's for my own good, that Hashem is not someone who's evil and just punishes and hurts and puts a person in very bad situations, rather that Hashem is good and everything He's doing for a person is good, and I believe in it 100%, so there's no reason to fear. Fear and desperation and worry is because of a blemish in the truth. So what a person has to do is to reconnect to the truth. And that's what should be the person's main davening at that time of despair. Rav Nosson adds another point, is that when a person is in despair, in a very vulnerable situation, so he's very open to receive help from anybody who can stretch their arm to help me, to extend their arm to help me, I'm willing to take it. Because of that, a person is also prone to falsehood at a time of danger. And Rav Nosson writes, you have to be very careful when you're vulnerable and you're in a down, dangerous situation, to be saved from falsehood. Because people, in a situation where a person is down, in relationship to that person, everyone has the upper hand, everyone has an advantage, and because of that, of my disadvantage in the situation, I'm open to hear their opinions also. And in the main, people's opinions may not be the real truth. They may say things and give advice and give their opinions, which is more damaging than helpful, which is sheker, falsehood, as opposed to truth. So Rav Nosson writes, a person has to be very careful from falsehood and false ideologies when a person is in a vulnerable, down situation. And again, he must daven to connect to the truth. Rav Nosson explains one of the indications that a person is giving you false advice, false information, is if whatever they give over to you makes you feel even worse, makes you feel even more down and more in despair, then you should know that's not coming from the holiness, that's not from the Kedusha. When the expression goes, the truth hurts, what does it mean the truth hurts? To face the truth, it hurts. It doesn't mean that now it gives me with a negative taste in my mouth and a bad feeling and even more futility and more panic. No, that's not the indication of truth. Truth hurts means that if once you become aware of what has to be done in the truth, there's effort and toil that has to be put in. You have to stretch your muscles in order to connect and do what the truth demands. That's what it means, truth hurts. But to admit to the truth and it makes me feel even worse, I don't have to accept that as being the real truth. Because truth is connected with Hashem, and Hashem is only simcha, joy. Like it says, Oz v'chedva bimkomo. Only strength and joy is in Hashem's place. So any bit of information which is truthful, if it gives me a negative feeling, that's not the real truth. It could be the information may be truth, but the way it's being presented to me is not a truthful presentation, and I must keep on davening for Hashem to finally give me the truth in a format that I can accept it with joy, and that is the truth that a person must seek.